Good morning, students. Today we are going to study about the second part of your lesson, that is light, reflection and refraction. In this one we know that whatever mirrors which we can able to see, that will be a plain mirrors only. Like example, when you want to see, it is about like the rear view mirrors of a scooter and curved have a curved surface. So a spherical mirror is obtained by taking a part of a hollow sphere of glass or any polished metal. The reflecting surface of spherical mirror may be curved inward or outward. Based upon it, we call it as a concave or convex mirror. The best example you can see is about the spoon, which is having an inward one, which we call it as a inward. When it is there, we call it as a concave mirror, and outward we call it as a convex mirror. So the best example to keep it in mind, what you can do is that you use your palm, just make a small circle of your fingers. The inward of this we will be calling it as a convex mirror, and just you stretch behind, then it will become as a concave mirror. So here you can use with your palm, just making it circle in, if you're making your fingers inward, that will act as a convex mirror. Just trying to make it at outward, we call it as a concave mirror, because the white portion which you can able to see of your palm, we can consider it as a polished surface, and the back portion we can consider it as a painted surface. With this also you can keep it in mind about the concave and convex mirror. So this is, now we will be studying about the terms related to this mirror. So as you can see in the picture, this is a sphere. From this sphere only we have taken a small portion, of this to be used as a mirror. So the portion which we are using it, a small opening, or a reflecting surface which we will be using it, this we call it as aperture. Understood? The effective width of a spherical mirror from which the reflection light can take part is called as aperture. Then we are having about the pole. So pole is nothing but the center of the reflecting surface. As you can see here, this is pole. Clear? The reflecting surface, center of the reflecting surface is called as pole, and this is called as center of curvature. The geometric center of a hollow sphere of a mirror which is a part is called as a spherical mirror. Then we are having radius of curvature. Radius of curvature is the distance between the pole and the center. The distance between the pole and center, we call it as radius of curvature. Then we have principal axis. Principal axis is a line drawn, imaginary line drawn from passing through a pole. Center of a curvature is called as principal axis. Clear? Understood? Then these are the terms related which you have to write it down into the notebook: center of curvature, radius of curvature, pole, principal axis. Then this is for concave mirror. In this concave mirror, one more thing you have to take care, that concave and convex mirrors should be the same part of the sphere. You can't take we can't use like this. One side we have used this as concave, and the same this as convex. This is going to be wrong for us. Clear? This is going to be wrong for us if we are using the same portion. Clear? So you have to use from the same sphere. This should be a concave and this should be the convex mirror. So then only the center will be same for the spheres. Here it is going to become this and this. So both of here, if you see here, this will be having its own center, and this will also will have the same different center. But here it should be of the same side you have to use. Then only it is going to be correct, otherwise the center will be changed, so your focus is going to be changed. When we are doing numericals, at that time we have to take the focal length positive and negative, then it will be a problem. So with one center only we have to take both concave as well as convex mirror. So this is going to be a convex mirror. Clear? Then we will be seeing about the principal focus. Principal focus is nothing but a point on the principal axis when all parallel rays meet. Parallel rays of a principal axis converges to meet at one point, we call it as a principal focus. Like we can see here, if we are drawing a concave mirror like this, if we are drawing a line parallel to principal axis, a line principal axis, then this is going to be a pole. This will be now a parallel line passing through the center. It is going to reflect like this. Then a parallel line will be reflecting it like this. A parallel line reflecting it like this. A parallel line reflecting it like this. So a point where all these will be meeting it, all the rays when they are meeting at this point, this we call it as focus. You can also draw in your notebook along with me so that you can understand. Now the distance between this focus and the pole, this we call it as focal length. Focal length. So now in the numericals we will be using this focal length we have to use. So here in a concave mirror, the focus is a real focus. The focus is a real focus. In a concave mirror, the focus is, this focus is real. It is a real focus. Means we can capture it on the screen. Real focus means we can capture it on the screen. Clear? Then when we are coming to a convex mirror, in a convex mirror, it is a point of the spherical axis which reflect after converging it. They will be converging. This you have to draw so that you can understand with me. This is a convex mirror, a line parallel to principal axis, then a ray parallel to it will be going for, when it is focused on it, it will get converge, means they will be diverged. So this will going like this. Clear? So now these are not meeting at one point, but we have to extend these lines. This will be there. They will be meeting it here like this. So this point we call it as focus. And this is a virtual focus. This is a virtual focus, and the focal length for this also will be in this manner. We have to measure. So from pole, focus to pole, this is called as focal length. Clear? This is called as focal length. Then now we will be coming to the rules for focal length. So you know about the virtual and real image. The image which can be obtained on screen, we call it as real image, and the image which cannot be obtained on a screen is called as virtual image. Now when we will be drawing the ray diagrams, for this rules you have to draw it. So everyone will be keeping your notebook, pen, pencil with you, and you will be drawing these rules. So the first rule for us is about, when we are drawing the diagrams, the rule 1 will be, this is a concave mirror, this is convex mirror. So now a line parallel to principal axis always passes through focus. What happens, whatever lines which we will be taking it, these lines, like if suppose we are having a concave mirror, in this concave mirror a line parallel to principal axis always passes through focus. Whatever may be the line, if a line is parallel to principal axis, this is a line, ray of light, this is a ray of light, this is a ray of light. The ray of light which is parallel to principal axis, it always passes through focus. Now for a concave mirror there is no problem for you, but for a convex mirror you have to keep it in mind, because there the reflection is going to be a diverge reflection. So this is a convex mirror. In this convex mirror, if a light ray is parallel to principal axis, then this light ray will go for diverging like this, and this principal axis, if we are extending it, then this will be going to meet like this here. So this will be the focus. This point is a focus point. So you have to practice it for a convex mirror, because in convex mirror only there is a problem. For concave directly you can use, for convex mirror. So this is rule 1, wherein we will be seeing that parallel to principal axis always passes through focus. It will not come in this manner downwards. It will not come like this. It will not come like this line. This is wrong. Clear? It will go straight, because it is going for an diverge reflection. Clear? Understood? Then we will be going for second rule. Second rule is, in the second rule we are going to see that if a line passing through focus, means if this is a concave mirror and this is a line parallel to principal axis, then if we are allowing, this is our focus, this is our center of curvature. So if a line is passing through focus, it will be always parallel to principal axis. Clear? A line passing through focus will always be parallel to principal axis. This is nothing but the opposite of the first one. Parallel to principal axis passes through focus, and the second rule is passing through focus parallel to principal axis. The same happens with the concave mirror also. In this concave mirror, this is our principal axis. Now this is our focus. Our focus is virtual focus, so here it will going to be there. So you have to draw a line which is imaginary with a dotted line. So this is our ray of light which is been incident on focus. So this will be parallel to principal axis. Understood? So this is a light ray which is falling on focus and parallel to principal axis. Understood? So this is the second rule, and the third rule is, if a ray of light passing through the center of curvature, after reflection it reflects back in the same path. Means here what will happen, if we are using a concave mirror, in this concave mirror, this is a center of, this is pole, this is focus, and this is center of curvature. And if a line is passing through the center of curvature, it will be retracing its path, means it is going to be reflect back in the same path. This center of curvature will be acting as a normal, wherein there will be no reflection we will be getting it. For a concave mirror, convex mirror also, this is our pole, this is focus, and this is going to be a center of curvature for us. So through a center of curvature, when a line is passing it, so this you have to draw it with a dotted line, and then it will come like this. So it is going to be the same. Clear? Then the fourth rule is when a light ray is when a ray incident obliquely to the principal axis towards the pole on the spherical mirror, it reflects back obliquely, means it is going to be the same as we can see about the angle of incidence and angle of reflection. So here what is going to happen, if this is a concave mirror, this is the principal axis, this is pole, this is focus, this is center of curvature. If you are incidenting a light at pole, then it is going to reflect back with the same here, making this angle of incidence is equals to angle of reflection. Means here this principal axis is going to act as a normal for us. For a concave mirror also, convex mirror also, this is our pole, this is focus, this is center of curvature. So a light ray incident here is going to reflect back in the same form. Using your scale and scale, draw it properly. I am not getting it properly to draw here. Convex mirror, this is our pole, focus, center of curvature. So a light ray has been incident here, so it is going to reflect back in this manner. So it is important that you have to draw these figures in your notebook, then only you can able to understand. So we are having 4 rules. First rule is when a light ray is passing through parallel to principal axis, passes through focus. In the second one, passing through focus parallel to principal axis, and third is passing through center of curvature, there will be no reflection, and fourth one is passing from the pole, it will reflect back in the same, forming an angle of incidence is equals to angle of reflection. Clear? Thank you. Stay home, stay safe.